WXII 12 News starts right now.
Cleanup and restoration efforts continue this morning across North Carolina after Ian's impact this weekend. How many people are waking up in the dark this morning and when they could see their lights back on? Plus, the death toll from the storm rising this weekend in Florida. How many lives officials say were lost due to that storm? And more than 170 people are dead and more hurt after a soccer game turns violent. Where this happened and what led up to that deadly outcome. Those stories more coming up in just a few minutes. For right now, it is 7 o'clock here on your Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us and starting your Sunday with us. I'm Jackie Pascal with meteorologist Jacqueline Shear. We are coming off a very busy week in the Weather Center, I would say, especially in the last 48 hours. We're still dealing with the remnants of Ian, though, you were saying.
Yeah, you know, they left us yesterday morning and they're up towards West Virginia at this point, but they kind of circulate back down towards our area, bring us some showers and some breezy conditions before we finally say goodbye to Ian.
We're ready. We're ready to do that.
Exactly. Now, Ian is just kind of the remnants of Ian at this point. No longer a hurricane, no longer a tropical system at this point. And you can see at this point we are also very dry, but we've got that rain just to our north here. That circulation is just near West Virginia. And as we head through the next couple of hours, we'll start to see those showers as well. Here's a look at the Piedmont Triad 12-hour forecast. Temperatures get to the low 60s today. It's a cool day and it's breezy as well. 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. We've also got those showers picking up in the afternoon and lasting into the evening. Here's a look at the foothills. Temperatures in the upper 50s, winds 10 miles per hour, and that shower chance as we head into the later part of the day. In the mountains, we don't make it out of the 40s today. Upper 40s is our forecast high. Winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, and those showers sticking with us throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. Now, we don't have as high rain chances in the mountains today because they're kind of far away from where that low pressure system will be, but we still could deal with some rain throughout the day today, and it'll be chilly no matter what. So don't forget those layers as you start off your Sunday, and make sure one of them is a waterproof layer. Maybe a rain jacket would be good for you. As we're heading into the next couple of days, though, we stay dry. Our temperatures will warm back to normal, which, by the way, is the mid-70s for the Piedmont right now. So we're about 15 degrees below normal, and we'll get a lot of beautiful sunshine in the mix. We'll take a look at that forecast to come, coming up.
The cleanup and restorations efforts continue this morning in the aftermath of Ian, and thousands of North Carolinians are still without power as of this morning. Looking this hour, Guilford County has the most outages in the state. More than 8,000 people are waking up in the dark there. Many have not had power since Friday when the storm first came through. But as you can see, there's outages across the state. Ian's impact still being felt on the roads as well. The state's Department of Transportation says at least 9 major roads and more than 40 secondary roads have weather-related issues this morning. Those are those exclamation points all across the map there. For Duke Energy customers still in the dark this morning, the company says it's hoping to have power restored to mostly everyone by midnight tonight. When dealing with massive power outages like we saw this weekend, the crews focus on outages first that impact hospitals, police, fire departments, and water providers. Then they say they shift their focus to outages that impact thousands, then hundreds, and then eventually they're able to move on to those smaller neighborhoods. If you do see downed power lines that crews have not gotten yet, they warn to stay away from them.
The biggest thing we've got to emphasize is safety. You know, if you see a down line, assume it is energized and report it.
Lots of ways to report an outage. You can text OUT to 57801. There's also their website, dukeenergy.com, or the Duke Energy mobile app. You can also call the number there on your screen, 800-POWER-ON. That is 800-769-3766. This morning, we have learned about 4 storm-related deaths that happened here in North Carolina. Here's what we know about them so far. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department reports a man died early yesterday morning while he was using a generator in a garage, and the generator malfunctioned. The man died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Also in Johnston County, a 25-year-old man was driving in Raleigh on Friday when he hydroplaned into another car during the storm. He died in that crash. A third death also reported Friday, a 24-year-old woman in Clayton. Her car went off the wet road, hitting a tree. And later that night, a 22-year-old man drowned in Martin County when his truck left the roadway, ended up in a flooded swamp. Across the entire East Coast, at least 77 people have died because of Ian. And we're still kind of getting a grapple on the damage left behind by this storm. One of our viewers, Heather Smith, shared this video with us from Walkertown. Obviously, power line issues there. We also have pictures sent to us by another viewer, Jay Owings. A tree came down on his home in Pofftown. And if you look closely, you can see the damage that the fallen tree caused to his garage. But from another angle, you see that roof of the garage, how it buckled under the weight of the tree and so close to just smashing the car inside. He's very lucky that it was not worse. In Winston-Salem, Jeremy Tuttle sent us these pictures. He says the storm brought down a 100-foot pine tree and that it fell right on his car, crushing it. Thankfully, Jeremy was not inside the car when that happened. No one was, so everyone is okay there. Viewer Scott Shang sent us these photos. Thank you, Scott, for sending these. Damage, of course, at his home left behind by Ian. This is on Gloria Avenue in Winston-Salem. It seems to be a problem spot starting as of Friday. You can see the storm left trees and debris everywhere around his home as well as nearby ones. Similar situation in Kernersville. Take a look at this video sent to us by a viewer of their home security camera. That large tree just falling in their yard. We're told this tree was more than 100 years old. Crazy to see that big tree come down. Now, because of Ian, the North Carolina Zoo will remain closed today. The officials say that the closure is not because of damage to the zoo, rather to allow crews to remove the debris that's come down. The zoo is scheduled to reopen tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Meantime, the Carolina Classic Fair is up and running. It postponed its opening day due to the weather. The delayed start went off without a hitch yesterday morning on time, 9 a.m. This is footage from that new opening day, and we'll be hearing from fair officials coming up in our next half hour about how everything went and what you have to look forward to over the next week. So you want to stick with us for that. Looking down in South Carolina now, the governor is getting a closer look at the damage from Hurricane Ian. Ian made its second landfall in the Palmetto State Friday afternoon, ramping back up to a Category 1 hurricane. Governor Henry McMaster traveled to Pawleys Island Pier yesterday to survey the damage there. Earlier in the day, the governor spoke about how the impact that Ian had on South Carolina.
We had no storm-related deaths. We had no hospitals damaged. All water systems were and are okay. We had only a few cellular problems. Most of the electricity has been restored, and I need to add in record pace.
Ian left many areas of Charleston's downtown peninsula underwater. Parts of 4 piers along the coast, including 2 at Myrtle Beach, washed away. In Florida, the death toll from Ian has more than doubled as rescuers searching for survivors found more people who did not make it out alive. At least 77 people have been confirmed dead. So Ian's now on track to be one of the deadliest storms we've seen in decades there. As the rain caused rivers and inlets to overflow, floodwaters are pushing levees to their breaking point.
Even though they're a couple hundred miles away from the initial impact of the storm and the storm surge, just had a lot of water, but some of the rivers and inlets overflowing, so it's creating a lot of problems really all across the state.
Some homes in Florida remain submerged as waters are waist deep, and some residents say they had to scramble to get what they could. Others were just grateful to be able to leave with their lives.
I mean, I've been through wars. I'm a 100% disabled veteran, and I've seen a lot, but I ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm just thank God that we're alive.
A nationwide effort to help rebuild is now underway. More than 5,000 National Guard members, along with thousands of police and rescue crews from across the state, are all working alongside FEMA to provide relief in Florida. And we should know that the Boone-based organization Samaritan's Purse also has volunteers down there. You can find more information about that on our website, WXII12.com. The damage from Hurricane Ian is widespread throughout southwest Florida, as you were seeing there. Sonica Dange from our station Wxii made her way to Sarasota County this weekend, where rescue teams and utility crews are navigating damage and debris to help residents.
Yeah, the telltale signs that Hurricane Ian has been through these parts are everywhere. Just behind me, this is a scene that we've seen a lot here in southwest Florida. We're in Sarasota County right now, and fences are down, tree limbs are scattered all over the roadways, and something that are dotting some intersections are cars like this one. You can see a note right on the windshield there, waiting on a tow truck. This car has been stalled out. A big issue that we've seen here in southwest Florida, some of the businesses just aren't recognizable. This one right behind me, sign has been peeled off from the front, and the sign that was on the roadway here has been completely shattered out. Upon further inspection, it does look like this was an academy of some sort, but of course the most obvious thing about this particular business is that massive tree that has fallen in the front yard. And Wish I could tell you that was the biggest one we saw or the only one we saw, but the truth is there's one right across the street that is almost just as big that has fallen over, and it's because of trees like this one that are falling down. It's because of the pooling on the roadways that we've seen, that so many traffic lights are out and causing some traffic issues around the area as well. It took us twice as long to get here as it should have. The good news is we've seen a lot of linemen on the roadways, a lot of power crews on the roadways, and hopefully that means that the road to recovery won't be too long as they work hard to fix everything here. In Southwest Florida, I'm Sana Kadange. Back to you.